Moa were a whole group of species endemic to New Zealand, related to kiwis and cassowaries, but very much unique, so adapted to flightlessness that they were in fact wingless, and very important to New Zealand and particularly Maori cultural identity. Human arrival had all kinds of consequences for all kinds of species in New Zealand, and Moa may be one of the most memorable of those losses. We used computer simulations to basically simulate how Moa populations and human populations interacted, and we generated a pool of 300,000 plausible replications of the past to get an idea of where and when predation by humans was heaviest. And in our experiment, there's no way that that could really have been avoided, because the only way that we could simulate scenarios where Moa didn't go extinct was to prevent human hunting, and that just was not a feasible prospect given the dynamic of how Polynesian colonisation unfolded. As well as climate change, the two biggest threats to biodiversity conservation in the world these days are habitat conversion for agriculture and the influence of introduced species, particularly introduced predators. And the kinds of computational approaches that we're using here are relatively fast and relatively cheap. So we can do a lot of the stuff on a computer to then say, this area is the area where the populations are likely to contract to. That's going to be their final stronghold. And we can build national parks or preservation areas around those, and speeding up our response to all of those problems and affecting biodiversity conservation at the scale and pace needed.